Let's ruin our lives.
Getting pissed at high tides, chew it up like cyanide. Please don't revive. Let's ruin our lives. Some pills and acid, nails in my casket. That sounds romantic. To just ruin our lives.
それじゃあビデオ見てもらいます。寝んなよ。
Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Ruin Our Lives. I am Joshua Hensley, and joining me today is a very special guest. We have DJ, producer, founder of Supply Chain Records and MALWAREVIRUSDOTNET, radio host, and a friend, Sharon Like. Hello, my friend. How are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing okay. I was trying to make a better thumbnail for myself, like for the YouTube, and I can't figure it out. I guess I have to hire a photographer or something. But anyway,
You mean like just the framing of your camera, or
no, like for the YouTube thumbnail, I
you
can't
want like a proper
proper framing for sure. I keep ending up like way to the side rather than like in the middle. But anyways, I'd like to ask you about KXLU.
Sure.
Are you're a host on No More Heroes? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm a co-host on No More Heroes. I have been for just over 4 years now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
My buddy whose show it is originally, Tony Knox, he started doing it like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I've only been doing it for 4, but I have been doing it for 4 consistently. We actually broadcast from this room.
Oh, nice. Up at the college.
What did I do? Okay. Not at the college. You can still see me, right?
Yeah.
I think I clicked something. Okay. All right. Yeah, not at the college. That's kind of why that's how I made it onto the show, is because he was looking for a place to broadcast from during the pandemic. They had to figure out how to broadcast remotely at the beginning of the pandemic during lockdown.
Right.
And they're broadcasting from a place called Time Warp Records, or Time Warp Music. Like they sold instruments and records, and that place I think closed.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
And so I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I need to find a new place to broadcast from, because Jerry from Devo wants to be on the show. And I'm like, well, I'm building a home studio right now.
Nice.
And the rest is history, I guess.
That's awesome. Are you still in San Pedro?
This is Eagle Rock, actually.
Eagle Rock. Oh, okay. So near
Pasadena.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
in Glendale.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Northeast. It's the other side of LA.
Yeah, I was thinking of what's that bar? The Redwood for some reason.
That's just downtown.
That's just downtown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you like that area?
It's a little sleepy, but I dig it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. That's sweet. You got your own recording studio.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do my best with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I had never considered that the pandemic might have affected our radio as well. But makes sense.
For a college, yeah, I guess anywhere, mainly probably college radio, because I think the commercial stations are just, they have people send in files at this point. Like,
right.
I don't know about live DJs on commercial radio anymore, because it's all Clear Channel, which changed their name to iHeartRadio.
That's right. Yeah, sneaky.
So, I'm sure that was just a PR thing, right?
Right.
And then they like control all the playlists, and the DJs probably just do their little bumpers that they record all on one day and send them in for the week.
Yeah, no doubt. So you focus on like underground music, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly.
I was interested in, would there be like any bands or artists that you could recommend or that stick out as like your favorites that you play?
There's so many. I mean, Tony, he can't really talk about it on the radio so much, but he's in an amazing band called Crisis Actor. They're a punk band.
Oh, okay.
And it's looking like they're gonna be on like a pretty notable punk label. I can't say which one.
Oh, okay.
But like that's exciting things on the horizon for Crisis Actor.
Yeah. Cool.
As far as local, I mean, I always love Terminal A, who we were talking about a little earlier.
Right.
who we play. As far as LA, Taleen Kali is a great band. As far as international bands, that are kind of bigger, Warmduscher is one that I really love.
Nice.
Baby Berserk, Baby Berserk, audiobooks. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but there's a few.
For sure. Okay, well, okay, and so that's what... Okay, I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place always.
It's all good.
Was Henry Rollins hosting a show on KXLU, or was that a different station? Do you remember he used to like...
I know he had a show on Indie 103.1 when that was a station.
Right.
That station closed a long time ago, and I think they went online for a while, but
okay.
I don't think it. But he still has a show on something somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't really looked into it, but it was called Harmony in my head. It might still be.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that sounds right. Like the Buzzcocks song.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right on. That's really cool. Have you always wanted to be in radio, or you just fell into it?
I guess I always knew it was something I would never say no to.
Right. Yeah.
But I didn't really have an avenue to get to radio. It seemed like pretty hard to get in.
Right.
I went to Cal State Long Beach for school.
Okay.
And they have a really nice jazz radio station, but jazz is not my
same
sphere of knowledge. So
sure.
that wasn't looking like something I could do.
Right.
So I had kind of given up on the idea of it, but as soon as there was an opportunity, I definitely jumped at it because it's like, I can figure this out, right? I know how to DJ in bars and clubs and stuff.
Right. And do you talk on the air, or are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we do, and we try to interview people when we can, or have them in studio.
Yeah.
Mostly, we've done like one pre-recorded interview with Warmduscher, but for the most part, we try to get people in the studio.
Yeah, that's right on. And that's at 9 p.m. on Sundays?
It's actually 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific on Fridays.
Oh,
it's like Friday drive time. Yeah.
So I'm sure for those of us who don't live in Los Angeles, we could probably tune in on the internet, or
KXLU.com worldwide.
Oh, okay. Nice. Very cool. I need to start checking that out. I miss the radio, just being able to hear somebody else's idea of what good music is. And which I want to compliment you on. I've always thought that you have fantastic taste in music. One of the reasons I wanted you to come on. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you go to school for music in any capacity, like engineering or playing?
I wanted to, but most of the schools, especially at that time when I was like leaving high school in 2011-ish, they had really pretty strict
criteria,
barriers to entry. They needed you to be able to perform instruments live and that sort of thing, or you needed to have these certain talents, like being able to read music and stuff, is those kinds of things that I just didn't have at that time, because I was more computer music oriented, right, and I still am. But I think that's changed since then. With a lot of schools have more commercial music programs. But since I couldn't figure it out at that time, I just went into film and was going to do a course. Like my area of focus was going to be post-production audio.
Oh, okay.
Or just audio in general for film.
Oh, cool.
But a lot of the classes got cut by the time I was like aging into them. Oh. So I got screwed a little bit. But
what do you think the reason was for them cutting it?
There were a lot of rumors that seemed substantiated at the time that there was kind of a lot of corruption in the administration.
Wow.
And things like funding was getting siphoned out and things like that.
Yeah.
So it was a funding issue, but it was like a preventable funding issue that it shouldn't have happened.
Wow. Yeah. Good old USA, right?
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Wow. Well, that's cool. Do you have... I'm very interested in film. Like, doing this podcast has made me want to get into it. What's your favorite genre of film?
Comedy.
Nice. Cool. What's your?
It's easy for me to answer because that's most of what I am able to watch.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite comedy film?
Yeah, Hamlet 2.
Hamlet 2?
Have you seen it?
No.
Hamlet 2.
They were actors who dreamed of leaving Tucson, Arizona, but no one would give them a chance until one drama teacher came up with a show so offensive, so profane, so stupid, it just might be their ticket to stardom.
Hamlet 2?
Hamlet 2?
The Deuce, correct.
It's with Steve Coogan.
Okay. Oh,
If
okay.
you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
Who does like Alan Partridge, British guy.
He was in 24-Hour Party People, right?
Exactly, as Tony Wilson.
That's right.
But in this one, he's a high school drama teacher in Tucson.
Oh.
And I shouldn't give too much away because it's so easy to watch.
Okay.
Like, it's easy to watch over and over again, but it's so funny.
What type
I would
of
recommend
comedy?
it to anyone.
What type of comedy? Like, is it slapstick or more dry?
It's like, I guess the first word that popped into my head is screwball.
Okay, nice. Cool.
It's got a little bit of everything comedy-wise.
Right.
It's smart.
Yeah.
It's smart, but it's dumb. It's one of those, like, the smartest way to be dumb.
Gotcha. That's
If that makes sense. You know
very
what I mean?
well put. I think that might be the name of the episode.
That's fine by me. Yeah, that works for me.
No, yeah, that's the best type of comedy, you know, like you can tell it comes from a place of intelligence, but still kind of wacky, like aspects of like Monty Python or like Me, Myself, and Irene, I would say is like both smart and dumb, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened with going to school with the film? Oh, because you right. You just answered.
Well, yeah. Since they didn't have enough courses, I was on there on a scholarship, and it's like I didn't want to have to pay for a year of housing or anything like that. So I just got out of it. I graduated in 3 years. I had enough credits to get out of there.
Nice. Congrats. That's awesome.
And then start the next disaster phase of my life.
Right. Would you like to expand on that?
Oh, I mean, I just didn't know what I was doing coming out of school.
Yeah, for sure.
Like trying to find work. I've never figured it out, really.
Right, yeah.
I mean, like I like got lucky in a couple cases where I was able to find some sustained work availability, but for the most part it was really hard and impossible.
I understand.
If not impossible. Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
I understand. Especially being in Southern California with just like all the markets being so flooded. Yeah.
And I guess I just, even when I presented differently back then, I was not an ideal candidate from most companies' perspectives.
Really?
I guess so. I don't think it's really about capability. You know, with a lot of these places, and it is about the amount of competition, but like likability.
Sure.
Like just from right at the beginning is a major factor for these people.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I just like wasn't really built for most corporate structures.
Yeah, same here. Like to appropriate a autistic term, I have to mask when I do corporate jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's not who I am, you know. Luckily I figured out the jargon or whatever, and you're looking like, not so much looking like this, but yeah. Well, you've always been very nice to me. Like I was saying before we started recording, you're like one of the last people I saw before I left San Pedro so long ago, and you let me use your phone when I really needed it and nobody else was around. So thank you for always being so nice.
Well, you're a nice person, so it's easy to be nice to you.
I appreciate that. I try. Especially out of that scene that we were involved in, you were like one of the rare, like genuine people that I ever met, you know.
Thank you.
I talk a lot of smack on the old scene, but speaking of which, how is the scene nowadays? Like,
I don't know. I don't feel like I was really that much of a part of it back then. I had friends who were more involved and like had more emotional investment, I would say, into whatever could be qualified as a scene.
Right.
But for me, I felt like I was always just outside of it, kind of watching from the outside. Because, well, it wasn't even as much a choice as like they didn't want to book my band, they didn't want to book my DJ sets and that sort of thing. I just didn't have it
right
from their perspective, I assume, was the issue. So
yeah, elitism without the anything to back it up, really.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
it all fell apart. It always falls apart with these things. There have been multiple scenes to follow that also fell apart.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's just how it goes. They burn brightly and then disappear.
Very true. Very true. I'm actually trying to get. I think you know her, Allie. Did you know her? Sellers.
Allie Norton, yeah, I lived with her for a while. She was my roommate for a while in North Hollywood.
Yeah, really great person. One time I was like really drunk and like
Yeah, I love Allie.
just said a whole bunch of horrible stuff at her that I did not mean. So I hope she forgives me for that. But I'm trying to.
She probably would.
She's a really cool, laid back person. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, obviously we know each other because of mutual friends, because of that scene or whatever, the goth punk scene, and you know, I was in that band with Brian.
Band Apart, yeah.
Band Apart, the name that shall not be spoken. I'm just kidding.
Oh, whoops.
No, it's all good. Everybody, please go buy the album. I'm probably
Bleed.
No, it's all good. I should get royalties one of these days. Just kidding.
I don't know if anybody's getting royalties.
Yeah, for real. They wanted us to pay back, like I think we ended up borrowing like $7,000 from them or something, and once that got paid back, then we would get like 25 cents per record or something like that. And yeah, I doubt that'll ever happen.
I don't want to speak ill of that label because I think it was owned by a lawyer. So
that's true. Yeah. Dance music.
Yeah.
Is that like your main outlet for musical creativity?
Right now it is. I would say so.
Have you always been into
it?
Sorry.
I've been into it since like I was 11-ish.
Oh, okay.
Like when Daft Punk was putting out their 2005 album.
Okay.
Is when I started to listen to it, because prior to that, and granted I was just a little kid anyway, but like prior to that I thought it all sounded like Darude Sandstorm. Like I thought that's what all dance music was.
Right.
And that's not really my bag. Like I don't really like trance or
right. Oh, okay.
Certain kind of like
the straightforward techno. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I've come to terms with different sounds, but some of it is just like kind of too cheesy for me.
Sure.
But when I heard Daft Punk, and they have punk in the name, so I was like, what is this? You know, what is this? And then that kind of like cracked my mind open for that stuff, and it just kept flowing from there.
Okay. And so you're big into house, right?
Yeah, house is a big genre. What they call electro. Like electro clash, electro stuff. Like Justice was a big touchstone.
Okay.
Yeah, they're another French duo.
Oh, okay.
Justice. There were a few groups between like 2000. Well, I mean, it's the roots of electro clash were in the early 2000s, especially.
Okay.
And then it kind of evolved into something that they just called electro or electro house, or blog house. But Bloghouse, yeah, because it was all like so much of it was just distributed on these blog websites.
Oh, really?
I miss it so much. You could just download them on the blogs. They would be like kind of, not the greatest sound files, audio quality on the files, but like that kind of made it cooler.
It is cool.
Because it then, it starts to make it an aesthetic to have this kind of slightly shitty sound.
Right. Well, that's like super DIY. Please correct.
A lot of it was really DIY, which is awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong. For some reason, I always thought of electro clash like combining live instruments with like DJ music or whatever you want to call it.
Some of it.
Some
of it did. Yeah.
Okay. Would the Prodigy be considered electro clash?
They were before, really, like in the late 90s. I think of them as big beat, but I don't know if they would align themselves with, or at the time would have aligned them. But they were a little ahead of that, and that stuff is a little more like, I think it has a little more drum and bass influence.
Yeah, for sure.
To get in the weeds about it.
Oh, okay.
But they all all of these genres kind of have intersections somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Where it's like this person worked with this person, and so that's the bridge between these different genres and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So, for lack of a better term, electronic dance music or whatever, for it being such a wide encompassing like spectrum of genres, what would you think, or is there a unifying sound within all of them? Be it like a sample or like a beat or like sound of a beat.
Across all forms of electronic dance music, I think most would have a heavy kick drum.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the main thing.
Right.
And they sometimes that heavy kick drum will sound different between genres or between artists. So it's like there's not really anything. I mean, like I feel like the EDM umbrella, especially before that term got kind of co-opted to mean like this really commercial stuff. Like that big umbrella, like there are things under that umbrella that are kind of antithetical to one another. That they border on enemies, you know, whether the people would admit it or not. It's like this.
Yeah. Could you give an example of that?
Well, I think like these big festival, like cheesy festival acts,
right? Like the Candy Kids versus the hippies, like
Skrillex. Skrillex, I feel like is like that's like EDM as a genre, as like a very commercial genre. Like I can't listen to that stuff, but it's kind of a bad example because he ended up courting a lot of the artists that I did listen to work on like one-off projects, because it's which like makes it even sleazier from my perspective, because it's like just like stay in your lane, buddy. But
no, I get that.
Or like Tiesto versus
yeah. Well, I feel like
DJ Hell or something.
Okay, yeah. I feel like I got into like electronic more heavily like in 2013, and when I started going to like desert parties or whatever. I can't say the name of the parties. But,
yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah, but I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. But and that music is very like 90s, like old school sort of techno. You know what I mean? Just trance, psytrance. Yeah. And I feel like the people who are more into house sort of look down. And I love house. I'm just saying like. In that group or whatever, or not even just house, but like the softer style, for lack of a better way of putting it, sort of like clash with like the harder, darker style of electronic music. You know what I mean? Like you sort of have like the light and love hippies versus like the sort of like dark ravers. Does that make sense?
I mean, I think that's fair to say, and it's like there's always some version of that binary at play, probably. Because like it's funny that you say the soft versus hard stuff, because the first like all night parties that I started going to were put on by a company called Hard. And like in 2008, Hard Summer 2008, and it's like NERD weirdly played that one, but also Mastercraft and like the Bloody Beetroots early on, Steve Aoki kind of earlier on, which like everybody got more commercial. NERD is still cool, but like everything got way more commercial after that. But at the time, it wasn't really a rave scene. It was like kind of just all these cool looking hipsters,
right? Yeah,
like,
totally.
there weren't like glow sticks and candy bracelets. It was like a jeans and t-shirt crowd that looked really stylish.
I get that. Yeah. Do you ever go to the parties, the Love? I think it's called Love. They have parties in Long Beach on the pier. I'm blanking on.
I don't think I've been to those.
No. They're cool.
I might have seen that though.
Yeah, they're okay. It's like what you're talking about, sort of like not so much like a rave, like style, like just average people, really, or whatever. Which is fine. No hate, but Are you still? So I guess you and I have never really like talked, really, not in like a conversational setting. But
once more, you dipped out for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying, like, you and I have never really like got into like a heavy conversation before. So you are into punk rock?
Oh, punk, yeah, definitely.
How did you get into punk?
I mean, this is funny because it was like when I was, I guess, like 8 going into 9, my family had to move to Colorado due to my dad losing his job out in Orange County where I grew up.
Yeah.
Initially. And that like was really difficult for me because I really liked being in Southern California.
Sure.
So moving to Colorado, I like got kind of really depressed as like a 9-year-old.
Okay.
And that never went away. But
right. Yeah, it kind of stays for life. Yeah.
Yeah, it just stays. But it was only a matter of time. But on MTV, it was like the first time we ever had cable at all. Yeah. So I saw on MTV the Good Charlotte, the band Good Charlotte, that they had this song "Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous," which is like talking about robbing rich people, which is like pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something just grabbed me about, like, there's a guy with like Liberty Spikes, so it's like, what the fuck is this, you know?
Right, for sure.
So I thought that was cool, and then like within a couple of years I was like hip to the Ramones and the Clash and the Sex Pistols and all the
nice
original stuff, and I kind of left the Good Charlotte behind permanently, but that was my entry point, and it's always good to have one.
Yeah, definitely. I was like 12 when I got into punk.
There you go.
You know, there's a band that I've interviewed twice now. They're called Penelope and the Suitors up in Flagstaff, Arizona. And they're younger. They're like 18, 19, 20 years old, right? And through talking with them, I realized, like, I guess you and I would be the same generation, like how spoiled we were with like what would be called like more underground type of music, like being on the radio, like being accessible, you know, whereas they sort of grown up just entirely with the internet age, and they've had to like find it all over again. And I think it's kind of harder for them. So my question to you, yes or no?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I think there's like this and this versus this, where what we have to remember is at the time when we started listening to whatever kind of music, there was still like a functioning music industry,
right?
And record labels had the ability to like push things out there and market things. Where like I remember when I was just a kid, like when the Strokes were new,
right? Or
a band called Rooney, or like that White Stripes or something, where it's like these were kind of indie bands that are being pushed into the mainstream.
Totally.
Like it doesn't quite work the same way anymore, where they're going to put it in front of you, especially if you're not in a major metropolitan area. Like I don't know how like MTV works anymore. I mean, like in LA we still get billboards for stuff, and I don't look it up, but like you can tell it's like that's an indie band or something. But
go on.
Oh yeah, just like the lack of MTV or whatever is like a major.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But then at the same time, like the youth now have access to everything, whereas back then we still, if you heard about a band, you had to figure out like how to listen to them still.
Yeah, true.
I would go to the Borders bookstore where they have the CD scanners and just like scan a CD and listen to the 3 songs, like clips from 3 songs and it's like then you had to decide if you like that band or not, and now you can just listen to the whole album for free.
True. Interesting. You raised some good points there. I'm gonna have to reflect on that, and I suggest the audience at home does too. Are you still doing post glam acid disco?
No, I was doing that with a friend named Adam, who was in a band called Egrets on Ergot.
Yeah, I know Adam.
For a few years, and we kind of just drifted apart. And so I thought of like reviving it as, you know, because I came up with the name, like, and it's a pretty strong name, probably.
It's a good name.
So I thought like I'll bring it back, but I just haven't really felt like it.
Why not?
Because like for a long time I didn't want to do it without Adam.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of realized it's like, oh, this guy probably doesn't want anything to do with me at this point. And so it's like, well, now it's kind of soured a little bit. But
sure, yeah.
I also just kind of always want new ideas flowing.
Right. And so is that what your current music is? So Sharon Like.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that. Tell me about your performing, and I know you remixed "Blow Your Mind."
Image,
right?
Image is the name of the artist. Yeah, from Texas.
Image. Gotcha. Okay. Which I liked.
Yeah.
By the way.
Thank you.
That was really good.
Thank you. I came up with the name Sharon Like almost 10 years ago. I think it was like 2016, maybe. As the pun for, like social media, like and share and like.
Right.
And then, I was like also kind of figuring out queer stuff at that time. More under the surface though. But it was also just like time where I had tested out like a few other names as my production projects and none of them were really like clicking. And so when I started as Sharon Like, it's like, well, now I'm going to do this new thing that is like, it started as kind of like a parody of technology and marketing. Okay. At least like the aesthetics of it was, it was, or like I would like write like ad copy that I thought was funny and sounded like it was from a tech startup or something. And that would be like part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But eventually, like, especially when I came out, which was like 5 years later, it's like, well, now I have to think of like my girly name, and it's like, well, everybody knows me as Sharon already, so I guess I'll just do that. Oh, so I'm kind of stuck with a dumb pun as my real name now, but that's fine.
I honestly didn't get it until you explained it just now, and now when I look at your Instagram, next to like Sharon SHARON Like, it says share and like, and as you were talking right now, I was like, oh, it is a pun. My mind is very literal, so I thought it was just like a clever way to like, work the marketing of Instagram, which it is also, but. Okay.
It's tongue in cheek.
Right, for sure. So how often are you performing, and what type of shows?
I DJ whenever I can, and I haven't done anything like live performance for a while. I don't know if I've like performed an instrument or sung live for an audience since the pandemic. Which is a bummer.
Yeah, for sure. I remember attending one of your, I think it was Twitch stream during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, I was DJing on Twitch.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Oh, thanks for watching it.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. Okay, well, what's sort of stopping you from performing? Are you just too busy with working, or?
It's hard to book, and like the venue, it's hard to find venues, and I've just been.
Really?
I hit like a point with DJing where it's like I've been doing this too long. I've been DJing for like 16 or 17 years now.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Which is a long time to be doing it. So like I try not to take gigs where it's like I know I should be getting paid and I'm not getting paid.
Right.
Like I don't do really exposure gigs anymore because I don't really need them. I feel, maybe I do, and that's like my problem, but I just like can't work for free for somebody who I know can pay me.
For sure. And that's like 95%. Yeah.
It's a lot. Sure. Like people are really cheap out there. But like I'll do shows for cheaper if it's like like if it's a house party or something for friends, or if it's like a community event for like trans or queer people or something, I'll do that for cheaper. If I can, like if I have the availability for it. But for the most part, it's like I just kind of got sick of getting ripped off, so I wait for better opportunities to find me.
I understand that, for sure. Have you ever thought about like opening your own venue maybe, or like sort of merging with an existing one?
It's really hard to do.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's a nice idea, but like LA is like LA really has been deteriorating culturally for a while, and I don't think that's like, people want stuff to be happening, and so it's kind of bubbling up again, but I don't think I really should be in the place where I'm managing things like that.
Okay, yeah. You know, so I listen to a lot of like comedians podcasts and stuff, and when they talk about like when they perform in LA, they're always like, there's never anywhere to go after they're done performing, which, you know, comedians perform very late at night or whatever. So, and whereas as opposed to like New York or like even like Philadelphia, I guess, or like Boston, like there's always like after parties and like clubs are still open. Whereas like in LA, everything's sort of shut down, or you have to be like invited to some sort of underground thing. So yeah, I'm curious to know like in what way LA isn't the hub of culture and music anymore. Like, obviously I haven't lived there for a long time, but it seems like, especially with the pandemic, it seems like everything has sort of like deteriorated, like you said.
It has, like, even like food places aren't open late anymore.
Right.
There's always, especially on weekends, there are always a bunch of parties happening after 2 a.m. that are in warehouses or whatever, but they're, you know, that's kind of sketchy and a commitment to go to some place like near Skid Row that you have to either park and walk or Uber in, or and it gets there, and then they want to charge you like $25 to $40 at the door a lot of the time, and it's like kind of crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But those still do exist quite a bit. But for the most part, like there aren't that many even restaurants that stay open late, and LA has always had that issue of the bars closing at 2, whereas in New York, or I think Chicago too, it's like 4 a.m.
That's a good point.
So much better. I mean, where are you? You're in Arizona?
Yeah.
What's the deal with it? Arizona bars close at 2 as well, or?
Yeah. It's a lot more dead than Los Angeles always has been, you know. There is a thriving like punk scene out here and a comedy scene, that's for sure, but like everything's so spread out, and even in like the little tiny hubs of the valley, we call it the valley here in Phoenix, it's like nothing's walking distance, and there aren't really, that I know of, underground like warehouses or anything like that. Everything's either at like a bar / venue, never at a person's house. Whenever there is a house, it only lasts like a few months before it gets shut down. And but people are still at it, you know. Like there's a lot of good music that comes out of here. But it's probably just across the whole country, if not the whole world. Like culture has definitely stopped. Like underground culture is like truly underground now. You know, like okay. Would you rather go ahead? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you have to hope that works in like cycles. Because I remember watching a documentary about Sheffield and like Pulp, you know, the band Pulp, Jarvis Cocker.
Oh, okay.
It's like my favorite band, Pulp. But he was talking about how in the 80s, it's like if you told somebody you're a musician, they would look at you like dirt, like you're scum of the earth.
Right.
If you say you're a musician. And I feel like we're kind of back. We've been back at one of those times where it's like we're just the bottom of the social hierarchy.
Yeah.
But it changes eventually, hopefully, you know. If humanity survives, I think there's hope. But
I think there is. Like I was saying, like those kids up in Flagstaff that I've interviewed, like their parents were the ones that introduced them to punk and metal and stuff, and like they collect VHSs, you know, and like CDs to them are like vinyl to us, you know. And so I think it will be cyclical. I mean, that's just like the nature of history, I think. But like you said, if we're not, you know, all put into camps. So Supply Chain Records, you started a record. What is that?
Supply Chain Records. Yeah, I started in 2020 when I felt like I had like a little extra money to work with, and big ideas. It's like, I'll start my own record label. So the first thing I put out was the Terminal A EP American Friend.
Oh, okay.
Those guys that we both knew from San Pedro.
Yeah.
Which was a proud moment. We had to record and mix that thing when we were like under the George Floyd curfew lockdown.
Wow. Yeah.
It was like a terrifying moment in LA history.
Yeah.
Where I drove to their house to work on it. Like, and I shouldn't have even been, it was like past curfew. I just like had to like sneakily drive down the 110 to get there. And I couldn't go home for like 4 days or 5 days because of this curfew stuff.
Wow.
It was gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were really proud of the result. But then after that, it's like, I thought I was going to be able to book more, or not book, but sign, or, you know, build a label with more artists, but I never found the music that I wanted to. So since then, I've just been releasing my own music on there.
Oh, that's cool though. Can we buy like physical copies, or what medium?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Bandcamp. Like,
oh, okay.
I've shot myself in the foot by not putting stuff on Spotify because or whichever, like that whole distribution system, because it's like it's how you get the word out. And like every time, like I'm so tempted to do it, but then like the longer that I wait, the more horrible things come out about these streaming services, especially Spotify. Like, it's so evil.
Yeah. I wanted to ask if that was a political decision. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it definitely is.
For sure. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Especially, and yeah, I mean, what, sending money for all the attack drones and stuff, and what, paying artists like fraction of a cent. Like, it's pretty insane. And what I think I heard recently, that now with their new AI model, they're like, you put your music on there, and then they have the right to like remix your music without your consent, and to like, is that true?
I heard that story, and then like Spotify has said that that's not the case, but like what I have heard that they have been doing is they'll be like posting this like shitty AI music on artist accounts that like the artist has nothing to do with it. They'll just like post something, and it doesn't sound the same. You know, it's not like an AI version of that artist, but it's just some random AI artist that's using the name of the band.
Really?
Yeah, it's really gross. I forgot what band it was that had like, they had a whole Instagram thing about it. But maybe the way to look it up would be like Spotify AI music uploads.
Right, yeah.
Something like that.
That's wicked. I mean,
it's nasty. Yeah, like nasty stuff.
Who would have thought that like techno-fascism, like the very beginning of it, would just be so like, it's like almost inane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's inane. It's like, it's dopey.
Yeah. Right? Like, no
repulsive. Yeah.
Yeah, no creativity, just same old fascist playbook. Okay. So you recorded an album with Brenda Carsey?
I did not. What I did for Brenda was, she's an amazing artist who you should definitely look up.
Okay.
If you haven't heard her. Her albums are great. She's an amazing songwriter, multi-instrumentalist. She does all of it.
Nice.
I assume she works with like producers sometimes in other studios, but like she writes all the stuff.
Yeah.
And has an amazing voice, like an incredible world-class singing voice. But what she had asked me to do was to do an animated video for one of her songs.
Oh, I see.
Called Unfortunate Men, I believe. Man, it's been a minute.
Yeah, that's really the bad. One that's on your link tree. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, it's a really nice feminist song, and she trusted me with the video for it, which I did like hand draw an animation on an iPad.
Wow. That's awesome.
It took a really long time. It was like a major undertaking, but
for sure.
That was like the first thing I ever did that was an extended animated. And it was like right when I was learning animation, and I unfortunately haven't been doing animation for a while because I lost this stupid Apple Pencil.
Oh damn!
But
I'm sure it's super expensive too. to replace.
I mean, it's like $70, but like,
Yes, you know.
I don't want to spend $70 on a stupid Apple Pencil when I have other things that to work on.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was a nice meditative thing to do, and it was like pretty easy. Like, if anybody listening is interested, the app I was using on the iPad was called Flip a Clip.
Okay. And
it was like a much easier software to use than something like Procreate. I think also has animation that's like more advanced. But Flip a Clip is like pretty intuitive and easy to use for anybody who wants to start animation for the first time.
Well, if you're down, I'd gladly pay for your services to animate something. I have an idea to make a commercial. We can talk about that later or whatever. I just figured I'd
let's talk about it later.
Okay, do you have a favorite stand-up comedian? Are you into stand-up? I assume you must be.
I like stand-up, yeah. I listen more to podcasts. I want to shout out my favorite podcasters before I get to stand-up. I love Julie Klausner. Is an amazing podcaster who has a podcast called How Was Your Week? And she also has Double Threat that she does with Tom Sharpling.
Okay.
And Tom Sharpling also does The Best Show, which is like a podcast. It used to be a radio show. It's been going on for like 25 years, and they're both amazing.
Nice.
But for stand-up, I really like Ben Roy from Colorado.
Okay.
Are you familiar with him?
I'm not.
I haven't dipped into stand-up that much lately. I like Kyle Kinane a good amount.
I do know Kyle Kinane, yeah. He's very good. Punk rock. He's a punker.
Yeah. Clara Kane is funny.
Okay, so it sounds like you're a real stand-up fan.
I don't go to enough live stand-up, but like I do enjoy it.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
But, living in Phoenix, Arizona during the pandemic, I was going to like comedy shows all the time because there weren't really restrictions. Like you had to wear a mask until you got inside. But I saw Jeff Ross during the pandemic. But yeah, okay. We'll wrap up soon here. I want to thank you again for coming on, everybody. Please follow Sharon Like. So the best place to find your music is Bandcamp and SoundCloud?
Yeah, Bandcamp is where my production is. So if you look up supplychainrecords.bandcamp.com or sharonlike.bandcamp.com, those are the best places if you want to listen to the songs I've made.
Okay. Yeah.
I have like one on Spotify that was on a different label, and then the new remix that I did is also on Spotify and Apple Music and all the, you know.
For sure. Okay.
But on SoundCloud, I mostly have like DJ mixes and radio archives.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, please listen. Sharon Like has a great ear and is a very talented individual. Do you ever talk Do you ever talk to the LA Drones people or Ladrones? Marietta
sometimes
and Pablo?
I haven't heard from Pablo in a long time, but I do talk to Marietta periodically. I love them so much. They're amazing.
They're so cool.
Amazing musicians and people, but they're back in Spain now.
Yeah. So, I tried to get them on a podcast, but there's like a 9-hour difference or something. It just isn't feasible. Yeah. Great people. And that music, I mean, come on. That
music is fantastic.
Would that be Electro Clash? Or adjacent?
That's really close to Electroclash, especially their first album. The name of this band is LA Drones, Ladrones.
Right.
Yeah, that's got like a pretty Electroclash sound.
Yeah.
And I love them so much. Seeing them live when they were in LA, it was like you'd be moving the whole time. You couldn't stop dancing to it.
For sure, is hypnotic, and Marietta's stage presence. I mean, obviously both of them, but Marietta especially in the vinyl suit. Come on, she was like an underground goddess, really. I know, for real. Did you ever listen to their like post-punk project before LA Drones?
Linea Salbias.
Yes, right? That's right. Yeah, they're good.
Really good. Yeah.
Very good. It's chaotic.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this will be the last question I asked you, and this is just like a silly question I like to ask everybody, and I've been trying to keep a tally of what the answer is. So, would you, Sharon Like, prefer to go to Burning Man or Gathering of the Juggalos if you had to choose between the two? You can also say both and either.
I mean, like, the real answer is neither, but nice. Like, if
you're the second person to say that.
Yeah, like, well, like Burning Man, like maybe 20 years ago or something,
right, for sure.
would have been definitely the thing I would want to go to. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like Burning Man might be a little more trans friendly, but like now it's all like the corporate like literal fascists kind of all over Burning Man now. So that's not fun.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, yeah, I mean like Elon Musk or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, Paris.
Yeah, less of a fascist, but not really somebody I want to be around anyway.
Exactly.
Ruling class for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I guess I would rather go to the Juggalos if if I felt like I was going to be safe there, because it's at least it's still like, I'm sure there are real people that go to Burning Man and like believe in it and all that stuff, but it doesn't have this. The Juggalos, I feel like, doesn't have that same stink of techno-fascism.
No, quite the opposite.
Yeah, quite the opposite. So to me, it's like I'd rather be around real people, and if I felt like it was safe and I had the right crew, it's like
for sure.
It would be a way to like connect to other working class people. So I think that's for sure. That's more the vibe. I had a friend. I was surprised to hear her say it, but like she was like, "We all got to go to Gathering of the Juggalos." I'm like, maybe not me, but
I think you'd be fine.
If she went, I would probably be fine, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, I've known a lot of Juggalos, grew up with some. The ones out here in Phoenix, I knew, like, 3 of them. One of them was definitely, like, a dangerous delinquent, but the other 2 were very cool and kind and accepting. I mean, they had, they're from Arizona, so they had hints of badness. We don't talk anymore, but, overall, I think the Juggalos are pretty good people, and, there's no, like, influencers there. Nobody's trying to show off going to Gathering of the Juggalos, you know what I mean? Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I hope you had a good time.
I did. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Everybody, again, please follow Sharon Like. Great music. And from my heart to yours, follow the goddamn YouTube channel, please. I'm going to say it again. Following only the Instagram is like supporting the commercial and not watching the show. Do you want to be that type of person? People, follow the fucking YouTube. Okay, anyways.
Follow the fucking YouTube and then share and like it.
Exactly. Share and like, that's right. All right, everybody. And Pinky Pod, Mic Check, Let's Ruin Our Lives, all on the Let's Ruin Our Lives YouTube channel. Mahalo.
I'd rather be blind in heaven than sighted in hell.
Because it really isn't sin. There's a better way to get your super luck. Don't read no magazine or some stupid book. You care about what people think because you're insecure. You don't know your heart, it's your own and not too sure. Take some words of wisdom to play a simple vice and be the live to live without sure.